ain't doing nothing smooth. Ain't no slick opening. Ain't none of that shit. I'm fucking pissed off today. I don't give a fuck. I wasn't even gonna do this goddamn show. Fucking, I don't know what the fuck I wanted to talk about. I gotta hurry up and roll up. I was gonna talk about the finals, right? Game 4 was Friday night. Game 5 is what is that? Monday night, tomorrow night. I think I might talk about it, but I'm gonna just tell y'all like this. Fucking family sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers will push you to the brink of insanity. And the fucked up part, it'd be the people you love the most and the ones you do the most fucking for. And these are the ones that just, pick you up and put you down like you a piece of fucking shit. You know what I mean? And use you to their discretion. And when they don't need you, boom, get the fuck out of here. And when we need you, hey, where you at? You ain't helping. Well, you not dependable. Because it's I got a son. He just graduated and shit, and he got a fucked up ass mama. And this dizzy bitch has taught this boy that he does not have to apologize for anything, ever. But then wonders why her oldest son is in fucking jail, ain't getting out no time soon. And I told her all this shit was gonna happen too, but she didn't want to listen to me because she a dizzy bitch. And fucking, what is it? He won't listen to her. Doesn't return her phone calls. They live together. You know what I'm saying? He comes over my house. He goes over there, over her house. But he's over there mostly because, over there, there's no standards. There's no standards of, what up, Rob? How you living, brother? There's no standards of, of any fucking thing. He comes and goes as he pleases. She don't regulate shit. She don't, 1 minute is he's fucked up and he's not doing this and he ain't listening to me and da-da-da. And then the next fucking minute, oh, you ain't shit because you didn't bend over backwards for the fucking 1 millionth 18th time and shit. You know what I mean? So that's the shit that he gets, and I can't even all the way blame him, right? Because he gets mixed messages. Like, let me ask y'all a question. And if y'all want to chime in, feel free to call 515-599-1687, 515-599-1687. If you had two parents, right, and one was telling you all the time, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to, where's your glasses, where's your gloves, where's your this, where's your hat, da-da-da-da-da, you need this, you need that, where's your books, where's this, where's that, where you have another parent who says, come on, I'm late for work. Where's my shit? I can't find my phone. I can't find my keys. I can't find this. Where's my work badge? Da-da-da-da-da. No emphasis on you. No emphasis on you or what you need or what's going on with you. It's just me 24/7. And then when it's time to be held accountable for shit, the response you get is, what about me? What about what I want? I gotta get to work. I need vacation. These kids. So it's just like, I get it. I get it. I guess if I had the choice. See, I didn't have that motherfucking luxury. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had that bullshit ass luxury. I ain't had no two motherfucking parents. You know what I'm saying? Actually, let me rephrase. I did. I had a mother and a grandmother. And these two women were the shit. And especially my grandmother. My grandmother was no motherfucking joke. My grandmother, her whole mantra was, be real. Be real. Don't be fake. Be real. So that's me. Like, that's me all the time. And a lot of people don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some people may not agree with it, but I don't really give a fuck. That's what my Grammy taught me. So that's what I'm going to do. So like, I didn't have the luxury that my son has. He has a luxury, I can go over this person's house because, they doing something fun this weekend, or I want to stay over at my mama house because I don't have to do shit over here. There ain't no lawn to cut. I don't have to clean my room. I don't have to I don't have chores. I can just do literally whatever the fuck I want. So, what up, Chris? How you living, bro? I can do whatever I want. So he'll stay at that, at his mom's house, which I get, but all it's doing is just fucking him up. It's just fucking him up and making him all jacked up and shit. I wasn't even supposed to be doing the show today. You know what I was supposed to be doing, y'all? You'll never guess. Peep this. Guess what I was supposed to be doing? I was supposed to be driving, right, on the road to fucking Wichita State to take my son to school for orientation. That's what I was supposed to do. That's why I told my executive producer, Justin Kickett, last night there'd be no show today. But you know what? I didn't tell him until 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. And now, one thing about me, right? I work at a job where you have to be on time. You have to be on time. If you're not on time, you better just miss work or have or make sure you got a fucking off day to cover it. I mean, it's very structured. Plus, I was in the military, so I know about being on time. I sent this text late to my executive producer last night because I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to take him. Reason why I say that, because his mother was supposed to bring him over to me last night at 5 o'clock. We were supposed to talk, all three of us, and discuss what the fuck is going on with you. Why are you acting like this? You just graduated high school. You did good. You're about to go to a D1 school, major college in this country of ours, but you're fucking up. You can't return your grandmother's calls. You can't return your aunt's calls. You can't return your you barely talk to your little sister, who's scared about you even going, because she don't want to lose her brother. You know what I'm saying? So you got all that going. But when I called, 5 o'clock had came and went yesterday. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? Am I still taking? Are they still coming over? Like, what's the deal? Because, you know, this woman that I laid up and had this child with, if I didn't mention earlier, she's not consistent. She's not consistent and not reliable at all. So when I didn't hear from anybody at 5 o'clock, I get on the horn. I'm like, okay, it's 6:30 at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's 6:30. I'm like, where y'all at? Oh, I'm not coming. Why are you not coming? Oh, I'm tired. Now, granted, she told me earlier that Saturday was her only off day, and she didn't want to deal with the problem with our son at the time. She had to go hang out with her friends. She had to hang out with her friend first. She had to go hang out with her, who the fuck was it? Her sister. She had to go hang out with her sister when we were supposed to be going to the movies. So when I called her back about 7 hours later, after I talked to her Saturday morning, I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like coming. Well, what you mean? What about all what we talked about? It ain't gonna make no difference. And then it turns into, I don't have no gas. Well, which one is it? Which one is it? Is it no gas or you don't, I don't understand. Oh, talking to him ain't gonna do nothing and this, that, and the third and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, all right. I get upset. I hang up the phone. No, I'm sorry. I get upset. I'm like, this don't make any fucking sense. We just talked earlier. My voice rose. I ain't gonna lie, it did. And she hung up. But, I probably shouldn't have raised my voice, but it's this inconsistency of you as a person that is why you can't keep a job. I'm 43 years old. She's older than me. You can't keep a job. You can't get your son out of prison. You can't make decent life choices because you're not organized. And you're leading our child down the same exact path as his big brother. And you don't see it. You don't see it and or you don't give a fuck. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. So I just, at this point, I'm kind of on some fuck it type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm on some, you sink or swim. You do this for you. You do this for you. You do this on your own. You make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I did not have that luxury that he had. I did not have a man to talk to me and tell me like, this is what you're gonna have going. All I had was an uncle who was a fucking asshole, and all he did was put me down every fucking chance he got. You know what I'm saying? And that dude that's all he did. I tried to learn some stuff from him because he was a man, but he was a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't someone you could. He's not someone you could depend on. You know what I'm saying? You could back in the day, but and only to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Only if it was convenient for him. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have much to draw. I didn't have much to draw off. I drew off of shit that you shouldn't draw off. I drew off the TV. You know what I'm saying? When I saw black men that I liked and I could be proud of and I could relate to, I went off that. When I saw Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show, Heathcliff Huxtable, I went off that. I have nothing else. I went off that. He was pretty fucking good. We didn't know all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew all that other shit. But I went off that because that man, ever since he came on the scene in the fucking 70s, what was his thing? Education and comedy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, 60s. Even when he was doing his stand-up, he was teaching in his stand-up. So I went off him. I went off Eddie Murphy. I went off Spike Lee. I went off folks like that. Russell Simmons. Very, very top of their field, successful black men. Like the creme de la creme. You can't get. I mean, if you're looking at movie making, you can't get much better than Spike Lee. You're looking at in the music industry, you can't get much better than Russell Simmons. And I mean, and if you're looking at stand-up comedy or TV sitcom or whatever the case may be, you can't get much better than Bill Cosby. Now, then we did not know about all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna not watch the Cosby Show because that motherfucker was fucked up, and I didn't know it, and I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old watching that show. So I'm not just going to not watch it because I learned life lessons. I had family moments watching that show, us sitting around the TV Thursday night, 8 o'clock. I grew up on the East Coast. Boom, what the fuck else was you doing? You wasn't doing shit else but watching that goddamn show unless you was a stone racist or you didn't have TV or you was under a rock. In the 1980s, to 1992 when the show went off the air, you was watching that bitch on Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Then after that, different world. Then after that, cheers. That's how it went. That's how it fucking went. But what's up, Wani? How you living, cuz? What's up, Shandi? But it's just like this family shit. It's just it's extremely hard to deal with. And my grandmother always said, she said, break yourself for your kids. Go above and beyond for your kids. Like, kill yourself for your kids. She always said that, and I remember those words. There's a lot of stuff my grandmother said because all she did was drop jewels, and I try to live by that and remember those jewels that she dropped on me. And I want to do that. I'm talking to my son. I finally got him on the horn. I mean, he ignored me all week, even though I told him, I told his mother, you have to call me. We have to talk. You're not going to ignore me when I need you for someone, when you're supposed to do something. And then when it's time for you to get your trip, for you to go to your college, and for you to get something that you want, then now all of a sudden you're available. Now, I'm not here for that bullshit. Fuck that. I'm not here for that. Finally talked to him today. And I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm cussing, but I'm calm. But I'm telling them, look, you have to tell me what's going on. You can't, and it's not just me, folks. Like if it was just me you ignoring, even though, I just gave you, I gave you such and such for graduation, you know what I'm saying? If it was just me you ignoring, okay, even though I'm your father, I've done everything you fucking need ever, you know what I'm saying? If it was just me, I could probably live with it. But when you ignore my mother, my aunt, and my aunt who does more for this boy than hell, she might do more for this boy than I know she do more for that boy than his own mother do, because his own mother just stands and waits for somebody else to fucking do it. Like that's her whole deal. It's been her deal since the boy's 18. It's been this whole deal since she came out of the pussy. She waits for someone else to do the fucking job that sorry bitch should do. So My aunt bends over backwards, ignores her calls. Grandmother gives him all money for graduation, whatever he needs, suit for this, clothes for that, money, whatever. My mother does it for him. He ignores her. Ignores, what is it? My daughter's mother, daughter's mother's reaching out to him because my daughter's mother helped raise this boy. You know what I'm saying? Ignores her. Just ignores every person in his life that has done anything for him. Anything. I haven't talked to this boy since May 31st. And the first time I talked to him was today. And I text him, nothing. I took my daughter Friday to see the new Spider-Man, Across the Spider-Verse. Film was fucking amazing. Major props to Nicole Cornute Sutton. That is my cousin. She lives in British Columbia. She works for Sony Pictures Animation. That's just to help make that movie. And I didn't know if they could outdo, Spider-Man, Enter the Spider-Verse, or the Multiverse, whatever the first one was. Damn, the first one was amazing. Miles Morales is the man. But Spider-Man Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is outstanding. So I text this boy. I don't hear from him. You know what I'm saying? I ain't heard from him all week, but I'm like, fuck it, man. Let me just reach out and just say, what's up? See if he'll respond to this. I tell him, hey, we're going to go see the movie. We're going to the movies. You want to come? He don't want to come. But his text back was, nah, but what y'all going to go see? What the fuck is that? Nah, but what y'all going to go see? A movie, motherfucker. The fuck? What you think? You know what I'm saying? And those of you, I'm sorry for the language in this Sunday's episode in this week's episode of High Off the Glass. I am pissed off. You know what I'm saying? I'm pissed off. I'm sick of being picked up and put down like a fucking toy for other people's amusement or convenience. It takes my son sometimes a while to tell the truth about shit. But he told me something that was very telling today. The only reason his mother even asked me week before last to take him on this trip, because I'm gonna let y'all know Wichita State was not the first option. I don't know how his weird ass mama got on this fucking train. I don't know how she got on this Wichita State thing. Like she does not follow college basketball. She don't know who Fred Van Fleet. She don't know who that is. And for those of you who don't, that's he went to Wichita State. And was on that team when they went to the Final Four that one year and won a championship with the Toronto Raptors in 2019. So I mean, that wasn't her reasoning. But during that time, finding that school, I was kept in the dark. I didn't know nothing about this. I just heard about everything after the fact, after shit had been figured out by them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really funny. It's just really goddamn funny that, it's just really funny that, when you can't do it, then I get brought in. He tells me today that his grandmother, his mom's mom, who was the financier for their first trip to go to that school, because granted, could not afford it. She could not afford to take the trip up there. So, what is it? Her grandma had to come in and pay for everything. So since grandma took a trip to Canada, I guess this weekend, or I don't know, last weekend or some shit, whatever the fuck, because of her age, she can't travel twice in a 10-day period. So she can't travel to Wichita State, which means they can't go, which means we need someone else. Call Dad. He'll do it. And yeah, you're right. Fucking I will. I mean, that's my job. But I don't even mind being brought in off the bench like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind being third string or whatever the fuck, because it's my kid. I'm still thinking what my grandmother, what my Grammy told me. You kill yourself for your kids. You go over. You do whatever for your children. There's a book that my mother used to read to me back in the day, yo. And this book was called The Giving Tree. Shelby, God, I'm sorry, I can't remember the author. Those of you that literary folks or just people who had good or decent parents that gave you books as a kid, y'all may remember this book. It's basically about a kid, right, who goes to this tree and wants stuff from the tree. Just goes to the tree. First, he just wants a friend. The tree makes him a friend. Wants somewhere to lay. Lays on the tree. Wants food. Tree gives him apples. Wants this. Wants a house. Tree gives him enough wood to make a house. Like whatever and any and every fucking thing that this little boy asked of the giving tree gave, with no nothing, And it was just like, it just gave and gave and gave till he had nothing else to give. And then the little boy is just like, well, what you mean you can't do this for me? You did everything else. And it wasn't the tree's fault. The tree just didn't have it no more. And didn't have it. And now, granted, I am 43. I have not read this book since at least 1991. At least 91. I only there in 92. I was too much into basketball by then. So what is it? There's no way I don't remember the book verbatim. But the thing I remember at the end, I think, is just the boy as an old man and just sitting on the stump. Because that's all that was left of the tree, when he needed the wood, I think, for his house. The tree let him chop him down. He chopped his boy down. He killed his boy to make a house for him and his wife. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. It's just get sick of fucking over and over and over and over and over and over again. I feel like Marshawn Lynch. Just like the same shit. Like you just do and do and do and you still ain't shit. I got a text from his mama when I didn't answer the phone this morning when she picked up. I'm knocked out sleep. I'm asleep. Okay? Fucking I got shit going on with my in my life right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sleeping on properly, you know what I mean? But I'm getting the sleep that I can. So she called early. I'm asleep. I'm not answering the phone. So since I didn't answer, I get a text that says, okay, well, you ain't shit. You're not reliable. That's why you're fucking blocked and you and your family and don't fuck and da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da-da-da. And you know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. I don't even usually tell nobody about none of this bullshit because nobody really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. I go see a counselor. That shit helps sometimes. I think counseling, talking to somebody does help. Make sure you're seeing somebody good. Guy I see is pretty good. If you can, go see a man and a woman because you get a good perspective when you get it from both. Especially if you're dealing with well, I'll get into that another day. But fucking, it's just, man, I don't talk about this shit. I come on this fucking show. What do I talk about on this show? I talk about cannabis. I talk about basketball. I talk about sports. I talk about current events. I talk about political shit. I talk about whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about this type of shit on here because who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? But it's just today it was extra. It was extra heavy. It was extra heavy on my heart and shit. Now, if the Boston Celtics took their head out of their fucking ass and played in these playoffs the way they did in last year's playoffs, and they were in the NBA Finals right now, you think I'd be talking about this? Probably fucking not. Probably not. No, I probably wouldn't be on this shit. But I'm on it today because you got a final between the fucking Denver Nuggets. You got a fucking boo sound in this bitch. Is there a boo? You know what I'm saying? Denver Nuggets. Damn, audience don't like the Nuggets. And then the Miami Heat. Actually, no, they need something better than that because they kicked our ass. Miami Heat. Oh, that's horrible. So you got to give it up to Miami. When can I join you? Who is this? Shit, I mean, you can join me whenever. I don't know who you are, but, DM me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie. Shout out to, what up, Ronnie? RP. But yeah, hit me up. Fucking, what's I going to say? You got those two teams. Dr. Feelgood. Oh, Dr. Phil, what up, Dunny? Yeah, you could, man, bro. I was trying to, I was trying to get you on last year when I went to your thing. Hit me. What is it? Just send me a DM or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Hit me through there. And also, I'm on Twitter. OThaGreat, OThaGreat on Twitter. I'm on there all the time. You can DM me on there. I'm on IG too. The show name High Off the Glass. The spell THA. Yeah, so Ronnie, holla at me. For real, right on. And I've been wanting to have you on. What is it? Shit, where you been? Shit, I thought you'd stop doing it. Say less, following you there. Bet. Good looking, Ronnie. This finals to me, like I haven't had a bad experience with the NBA finals since the Spurs. I think it was Spurs. Was it Spurs Knicks? Spurs Knicks. That series had no juice because the Knicks had nothing. The Knicks had nothing with Pat Ewing being down. Oh God, they were like a fucking Escalade truck on the highway with two wheels missing, just going, just plowing that. Like they had no direction, no anchor, no nothing. That poor fucking Knicks team, and I think they had another major injury too. Somebody, I think was Starks hurt on that mug. Somebody else was hurt, but so in Spurs just like swept them easily. It was a massacre. You know what I'm saying? This finals to me has not been that. It's been a little bit better. Miami's actually gotten a game. They really should have won. What was it? They really should have won Friday night. But damn, Aaron Gordon had a game of his life in Game 4. Like that dude was hitting shots he probably hasn't hit since high school. Like this dude was draining threes from the corner, this dude had a to the basket. His back was to the basket and caught the ollie from Joker and just touched one-handed, put it up. Back to the basket, y'all. Ollie from Joker. Now, and this is why everybody loves Joker, and this is why Joker is cold-blooded. You got a center. You have a center throwing an alley-oop to his power forward. That don't happen too often. You know what I'm saying? It don't happen. Now, in this league now, it's starting to happen a little bit more because centers now are not traditional centers, but that's just sick. That's just sick. But, I mean, Aaron, that just in one motion, too, y'all. Jumps in the air, catches ball, grabs, then one hand, touches it to the hoop with the softest of hands, and it drops and goes in. You know what I'm saying? It was cold. But, I mean, That's Aaron fucking Gordon in game 4. Like, this dude, he played immaculate. Michael Porter Jr. is still having his struggling, his shot struggles in this final, which is understandable since his first final. Even though he has been playing great throughout this entire playoff, he's been good, but in this final, his shot has sucked. But in game 4, he was kind of finally going to the basket and making stuff happen. Then he was going to the basket in earlier games, not as much. But when he was going to the basket, he wasn't finishing. Game 4, he finished. So that's the difference with that. So props to them. But here's the thing: Miami looked like ass in that game because the only person that was like consistently giving it to him, giving Denver that work and giving points for Miami was damn Bam and K Love, and K Love was barely out there. My man hit 9 straight points, and then he goes to the bench. What are you doing, Spo? Like, I didn't understand that. And here's the thing: with all the Joker love that's going on, with all that going, we are forgetting Bam is having an incredible NBA final. Like, my man is doing good. He's doing as good as you can against that behemoth of a player, and is contributing on the other end with offense and defense on the other. Y'all saw that fucking two-handed block on the damn glass in game 4 on was that Brown? Was it Brown for Denver that put that up? I forget who put that up, but my man chased that mug down like GOAT when he was with the Wizards on Ron Mercer and just pinned it on the glass. It was hard. It looked like Brown in the finals a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. So and Bam has not been the most consistent, throughout that Eastern Conference final, and well, he played the Knicks before that, so he ain't had to play nobody. But, it's just like, his game has not always been there. I saw him against my team. He was scared to post up Derek White. But, I mean, he's doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though he would kill Grant Williams. Isn't that crazy? But, yeah, got to give Bam his props. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. But the reason why I think that the Heat may not be done. I think the reason why the Heat may not be done is Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, your starting guards, gave you. I think Max had 0 points. Gabe had, I think, 4. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I don't know. Something like that. He's probably still dealing with that ankle injury he got against us in the ECF. Eastern Conference Finals, for those that don't know. So, I don't see them shooting that bad again. I think they can. No. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. I don't see them shooting that bad. In the next game? I think in game 5 in Denver. Now, Denver is they are prepared for the hypeness, y'all. They are prepared for how the state of Colorado, the city of Denver is going to be in a frenzy. Everybody wants them to ice it in Denver. They understand that. Listening to the press conference that the NBA Finals press conference they had today with Mike Malone and Michael Porter and Aaron Gordon. Their whole MO was basically the same thing Mike said. Mike talking about it's funny how Mike says this, we got to play like we down 3-1, not up 3-1. You know what I'm saying? That's what he want to do. But that's how he talks. That's how he keeps his team, I guess, on the edge and shit. And their whole mantra is, nobody believes in us and da 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 da. Even though all the money has been favored on y'all for a while, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not in that Phoenix series, but I know it was against the Fakers. So I just don't think Strus and Vince. I don't think that the Heat as a whole will go out that bad in 5. I don't think they will. I don't. And another thing too, if it was at home, I might be a little trepidatious. But they're on the road. This team plays better on the road. A lot like my team plays better on the road. Why do they have their woes at home? Like my team, I don't get it. I don't know. Lord knows I don't know. But I know they can play on the freaking road. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that they're going to shoot that bad 2 back-to-back games. Now, is Miami good enough to well, we ain't even going there. We're just gonna go to this to right. No, you know what? Fuck it. We gonna go there with it too. Is Miami good enough to win the whole thing? I picked Miami in 7. Why'd I do that? I don't. I have a very strong disdain for Stan Kroenke. I don't like that man. I'm not even a fan of the Lambs. I'm not even from St. Louis. But the way he did this city and the way he blighted it as a sports community and the way he shitted on it and made it look to the mass media and made it look to the country and made it look to the NFL like St. Louis didn't care about their team, that's complete and utter bullshit. And I can't F with that dude on no level because I worked at Edward Jones Dome. What it was it? I think I worked there, I guess about 4 years before they closed. I was a concessions manager. Not that bad a job throughout the week, but game days, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? But I worked there. And when I worked there, that team wasn't good. And I still saw them sell out every freaking game. And they were at Bear Park, which was right across the street, which was the tailgate location. And that mug would be packed. And they were trash. Lambs were straight trash. Like all they had was Steven Jackson and a Mark Bolger that literally was on one leg. Kurt Ben had left. Kurt was doing broadcasting at this time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like the way he did that was just so janky, and also too he had the best deal he could possibly get as an owner from a city. The contract that he got, which was a horrible contract that an ex-mayor, Mayor Bosley gave to Georgia Frontier to drag the Rams from L.A. to St. Louis to drag them here because we need a team. And St. Louis was used to having a team. They had the St. Louis Football Cardinals, but they dipped. They had a ridiculously cheap owner. Was it Bidwell? I forget his first name. And Bidwell took that team and ran to Phoenix because Phoenix offered him what he was not going to get from St. Louis. His own fucking dome. His own dome, his own field. He wasn't going to get that from St. Louis at the time in the 80s because St. Louis did not have the money and Phoenix did. Phoenix had no other professional teams. They were going to get that man whatever he wanted, and he dipped. And that dude was known to be super cheap. He was cheap on his own players and not paying them, feeding them. Shit. The stories I've heard about how the St. Louis Football Cardinals were done in St. Louis under the Bidwell and in Arizona. But I don't know. But also, too, I worked at Adams Mark Hotel one time when they came back, and this was like, decades later after they had left. Emmett Smith was on that Arizona Cardinals team, if y'all remember. And I was doing, I was an AV tech down there. Had to set up the audio visual for them. They could talk to the players, and I saw the spread that they had out for them cats to eat. Yes, yeah. They get it in for food. They got who I think it was his son that ran him at that time. At that point, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he was stingy like his daddy because, they weren't hurting for food that damn day. But I can't root for no Kroenke team. I just can't do it. He's not deserving of it. Can't get down with the Avalanche, can't get down with the Nuggets, can't get down with the Lambs. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I like the Nuggets. I like the coach. I like the players. I don't like Joker flopping ass. He flop a little too much for me. I know he's cold-blooded, but he's not my favorite. My favorite on that team is Jamal Murray. I think he's the thing. He's the engine that makes that team go. I truly believe that, and if you don't believe me, where were they the last few years in the playoffs without Jamal Murray? They was in Aspen. That's where the hell they was. They was in Aspen, Colorado, or whatever the fuck their vacation place is. That's where they was because Jamal wasn't there. They didn't have another. They didn't have that other scorer. They didn't have that other dynamic ass dude. And you can't. And don't get me twisted when I say other scorer. You can't just have other scorers in this league and you be good. Because I have an other scorer on my team, and look what happened. Phoenix gave away all their depth to get another scorer on their team, and look what happened. Dallas gave away their depth to get another scorer on their team. Look what happened. So it's not about having another scorer. When you got somebody as superstar caliber as Jamal Murray, you can't win without him. And he's so woven. He's so woven into the team. Their camaraderie, their chemistry is unmatched. It's ridiculous. So again, what's that piece? If Miami's going to do this, it's going to have to be, well, of course it's 7 games, like I said, from giddy up, but they have to find a way to neutralize Murray. I think if you can do this, now this is tough. This is very tough because they did this last game, right? But they didn't do the other half of it, so it didn't work. But this is what you got to do. If you can neutralize Murray and keep Joker low in assists, you win that game. You win that game. You win that game if you can do that. But that is extremely hard to do. That is extreme. They did it with Joker. He only had 4 assists, 20-some points in the last game, but what happened? Murray did his thing. You know what I'm saying? And Aaron Gordon had the game of his life. You know what I mean? So, but I really think if you do Murray and Joker low on assists, let him get his points. You know what happens with y'all know what the record when Joker scores, I think 40 or more, they lose. They don't have a winning record when he scores 40 or more. He has to get everyone else involved. He has to have a triple-double. You limit that fool where he does not get his triple-double and let him get all them stupid-ass points. And if you could try to keep him off the offensive boards, good luck with that. Even though, it's hard for Miami because they don't have the size. But, if you can keep him away from those assists and neutralize Murray, I think you're good. I think you can win that game. I don't know. I'm just saying. But yeah, it was good to come on here and talk about that other shit. Felt weird to come on here and talk about it though. I ain't gonna front. Felt really weird. But it's life. It ain't the worst thing in the world. It ain't the best thing in the world. It ain't it ain't the end all. It ain't the be all. It's just really life. It's just life shit that we deal with. The only thing is, like, can you navigate your way through it where if you do have children, can you raise them in a way where they're okay? You don't F them up and you don't mess their life up. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, you don't mess up anyone else's life, that their mother or their family or anything like that. Like, you just try to be the best person you can be, raise that child the best way you can, do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope. And more so pray. Like, man, if I didn't have prayer with my stuff, I wouldn't know what to do, because I didn't know what to do today, like earlier today, because I wasn't going to do the show, so I just got on my knees. Well, what should I go do? Should I go ride my bike? Should I go do my show? shit, should I run over there and, you know, beg for him to, you know, say all the stuff I want him to say, and should I do all that? Like, no, because when I left the conversation with him, I said, look, you know, he didn't want to be forthright about anything. And, you know, mostly everything was excuses. It was other people's fault. So I just told him, you know what, when you're ready to talk for real, you can just call me back. You know, because he would either not say anything on the phone, or he would defer. You know, just defer. Or silence. Why does this motherfucker keep going out? Fuck, I need to smoke this bitch. All right, well, shit. That's pretty much my time. That was the episode this week. Thank you for those of you that watched on Facebook. Appreciate you. Please go to My City, My Music YouTube page and watch the whole episode. If you care to, you can listen to it on Speaker. Thank you for that. I appreciate you for that. For the thumbs up. What is it? Go to Spreaker, whatever the hell it is. You can listen to the show, or you can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. Feel free to hit me up. OThaGreat, OThaGreat on Facebook, on Twitter. What is it? Facebook, High Off the Glass, the spell THA. And what is it? IG, same deal, High Off the Glass. So yeah, shit. This was a different episode. Very different episode, but yeah, that's how it be. Will the Miami Heat win Monday night? Hopefully they will. Keep this series going. I need more basketball. I don't want it to be over. They lose, it's over. Denver is the new champs, and basketball abruptly ends. I don't want that. I want more NBA. Y'all be safe. This is OThaGreat. Man, whatever you do that don't hurt nobody and it makes you feel good, do that shit. Do that shit. All right? For real. As long as you ain't breaking no laws, you ain't breaking no, God's laws, man laws, and it makes you feel better, and it helps you get through, do that shit. For real. I pray and I blow. That's what I do. And I hoop. Yo, keep smoking, keep hooping. We out. One.